Now this is EU, and it looks like it's in a trading range. It's looks like it's range bound, and so at the area of where the uh, resistance is, I shorted here with a quarter lot, somewhat of a quarter lot, and I'm expecting to ride it down eventually, but I may have gotten in there a little too early. Okay, but I'm expecting it to drop back down to somewhere around here. Probably right here. Gold is at an all-time high. Look at that. It's never been higher than this price. There's so much gold on the earth, but it's still demanding $3,116 an ounce. Now I can get into trouble if I don't see. I can get into trouble because I'm expecting this resistance to hold, but sometimes it doesn't, and it just rides right past. So I gotta be uh, careful with this type of a trade. Again, the idea is there's a soft goal that I have each day. So each day, my attempt is to achieve 1%. I've already achieved 0.5%, but the idea is to achieve 1% per day. Now, there could be a significant traumatic issues when it comes to setting a trade for more than a specific number, because each day, based on my psychology and physical condition and the market condition, if I am discharged from the if I am detached from the market, it can cause a severe drawdown in the account. One mental lapse can cause it's like being in a driver's seat of a, in California. There's a lot of people who drive cars maniacally once in a while with helicopter coverage and lots of law enforcement chasing them. And so what what they normally do is it can't happen just like that. It's like the driving conditions are normal, and then all of a sudden something is triggered that causes, out of a million people who drives, that one incident causes the individual to lose control uh, due to some sort of mental breakdown or some sort of mental breakdown, and then it causes chase to occur and massive amount of damage to vehicles as the individual attempts to flee from the scene. Now, trading is so much like that, but it is in a situation um, where I have in control over this balance, this amount, and when I am not, if my mind is not in the tip-top shape, what can happen is that I can careen out of control. So now I'm at a point where I'm saying, okay, so anything can happen, fluctuate back and forth, but my target is right there, but I'll just exit and take profit from that. So that's about 14 bucks. So for today, last week was a disaster. So I quickly added up all the losses that I had here in this Profirm challenge, and apparently I lost about 1,050 bucks, which means that I made approximately about 930 bucks, somewhere around there. So that's the current status right now, right? See, it'll still see my profit target was supposed to be here, and I took my profit here. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that up. I'm gonna. So this is like driving a car. It's trading is like driving a car. Okay, and I have to keep reminding myself it is like driving a car. And you haven't had an accident since high school. You had one accident when you were in high school. Okay, so you were coming back from wrestling practice. It was late at night. It's raining. It's dark, and you were in this Toyota pickup truck, and the headlight was pointing. It was dark, and it was pouring, and so you couldn't see anything. This car came from the left side, and you drove into the intersection, and a accident occurred. Okay, which the insurance company paid for, right? See, I could have made a little more. Wow, look at that! I could have made more. That could have been maybe. That could have been maybe 2 to 3 more bucks. But if I had the size a little bit bigger, that would have doubled, right? So if I had like a half a lot, that would have been about 30 bucks, 15 more bucks, right? So that would have definitely reached about a 1% gain for the day, right? So this, so, so driving high school, that was like when I was like 17 years old, 16 years old, 17 years old. When I was 17 years old, I was driving a car, okay? And I was 17 years old. That's like 40 years ago. That's almost 40 years ago. And I haven't had an accident, thank God. Thank God I haven't had an accident. So trading is very similar to driving a car, okay? Driving a car, because unfortunately, this is a simulated environment where the casualties that I'm not aware of, okay? So sometimes when I'm driving a car, I imagine like having a collision, metal to metal collision, with me in a seatbelt with airbags. And when I when I collide with another vehicle, there's this harsh feeling, this mental thought that comes into my mind that causes me to go, hey, am I awake? Am I driving properly? Right? That's the way that I need to be trading as well. Trading is like driving a car. Tr- Trading is like driving a vehicle. That's it. I can't be I can't be inebriated with all sorts of whatever chemicals or alcohol, whatever it is, whether I'm in an emotional state. So if I were to bring it down in totality of trading, then if I were to sum things up, then I have to have a clear set mind, like driving a school bus. It's like trading is like driving a bus full of school kids. Okay? Trading is like driving a school bus full of kids. Okay? That's the way that I need to drive. I need to risk my man. I have to pick my places. I have to stop in front of railroad stations, and I have to be cautious of what I'm doing because it is so important. It is so important. The content of that school bus is so important that I have to drive very, very carefully. And there's no difference between driving that way, because any accident that I do not see will cause the account to be breached. And driving a school bus full of very valuable kids is incredibly important to everyday life, right? So So I have to look at it this way. So if I'm educated and working in a high firm law firm, then I don't drive a bus, right? A school full of buses. It's those people who are unsung heroes who may have not graduated high school, but are able to drive a school bus full of very important kids, right? So that's the difference. But they have a very, very important job that they need to do. So trading is just like that right there. So I got out here, this pullback here, I could have added to this and then see adding to a winner is a better idea than adding to a loser, right? So trading is it's much like driving a school bus full of kids. That's how I need to trade.